everybody, today I'm going to show you a septic field restoration project that I got going on at the house here. So if you're like me and you've never had a septic system before, check this out. Especially you prospective home buyers out there who are kind of doing all your inspections and having to outlay a lot of cash just to find out if you even want to buy the house or not. This would be something that you can ask your sellers to do. Regardless of the condition of the field, if you're not sure about it, in my state they can simply check unknown in the disclosure box and you're basically on your own to figure out any problems before you close on the house. And this full diagnostic on its own could cost $1,000. Who wants to outlay that kind of cash just to find out if you want to buy the house on one inspection? That's not the home inspectors, that's not the fireplace people or pool specialists, that's not those guys. You got to have the actual either excavators or septic specialists come out and do that, and then it's not cheap. All right, so here's what I got going on. A couple of days ago, my toilets and tubs started running really slow, and then everything stopped by the end of the day, completely without warning. So I came out here and popped my lid to my septic, which luckily has a riser on it. And if you don't have a riser and you're just buried, I highly suggest you put one of these risers in. It makes life a lot easier. It was backed up completely to the top. So I had a company come out and pump it. It worked for like a day and then backed up again. It's only a 1,000-gallon tank and they got 2,500 gallons of water out of it. And it didn't stop there. After they had already left, there was a waterfall of water coming out of the leach field back into the tank, which means the water is making it out to the field but not out of the pipes. I've never owned a septic system before. That sent me into full-on panic mode. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what the heck to do about that. Everywhere I've lived my entire life has been on city sewer and water. So this is all very new to me and I'm kind of still figuring it out as I go. I had to start asking around, asking my buddies, hey, did you ever have this problem? Nope. Hey, what did you do about that? I don't know. So I had a company come out and do a full-on diagnostic. And what that entails is digging everything up. Dig up the inlet to the tank. They have to dig up the outlet. They have to dig up the distribution box. Run cameras down all the lines to make sure everything is clear and see what the actual problem is and actually get eyes on. Basically, they had to do a full-on inspection, a more in-depth inspection than you would get when you're a prospective home buyer. So they dug everything up. All right, so here's the inlet to the tank, and there was this big baffle right in front of it, which I think personally is an idiotic design because it provides a wall right in front of where everything needs to come out. So it gives it a good place to hang up. To me, it seems like the baffle should be on the other end of the tank, which they did put a new one in. There was none there. But right here at this inlet, there was a big wad of stuff just caked around this baffle and plugging everything up. I'm surprised anything flowed from the house at all. And the leach field was completely inundated with water and it was going nowhere. Per the results of their diagnostic, they determined that there was a biomat layer in the stone beds. It was not in the pipes, it was in the stone beds. And for those who don't know what biomat is, it's like this tar-like jelly that it's like organisms that build up. And it forms a membrane in the stone bed, which basically seals the ground and it keeps it from leaching water. So their solution is a septic field restoration project using a terra-lift system. And this is what I wanted to show you as a cheaper alternative to replacing your entire leach field. Basically what this machine does is it has a 6-foot-long probe that they drive into the stone beds, and it blasts it with air, a lot like fracking for natural gas. It fractures the ground, breaks up that biomat layer, and gives the water somewhere else to go. So there's really no reason to replace pipes. As long as the pipes are clean on the inside and the holes are open, that's all that really matters. You don't have to start replacing pipes unless you have like collapsed pipes. If you drove a big truck over your septic field or something like that and crushed all your pipes, yeah, you got a bigger problem. My leach field has 6 laterals spanning about 1/3 of an acre. That is probably $25,000 to replace that, probably more. So I said, hell yeah, let's give this a shot. They give me a warranty with it, so if it fails again, then they're going to come right back out and do it for free. So really, excellent alternative. Now watch the ground directly underneath the machine. You'll see when that probe hits, when that air blasts, you'll see the whole ground swell up. Alright, so day after, here's the aftermath. What you're looking at is it. That is it. That's all they had to dig up. Now I've got a little bit of landscaping and, you know, spreading out this dirt to do. But small price to pay for not having my entire yard ripped up. You know, before doing this, I actually found this process on YouTube, and a lot of the videos I saw were actually pretty decent quality, but they were done by the companies that are trying to sell this job. And I know companies will tell you anything to get you to buy their product, literally anything. Now, the company's telling me that this is going to buy another 15 years worth of life out of this leach field. Curiously enough, what I did not find a lot of was reviews or commentaries from the customers who had this done. And that's what I really wanted to know. I want to hear from you guys. Do you know anybody that had this done? Did you have it done yourself? How did it work out for you? What's the long term? You know, what's your story? Let me know in the comments. I would like to give an update eventually. It kind of is what it is. If anything happens in the interim, I'll let you know. But as of right now, everything is flowing like brand new again, and I couldn't be happier. This kind of stuff is exactly why I haven't been posting to YouTube very often over the last 3 or 4 months, is because I just moved into this new house in September, and it's been fixing stuff and getting it the way I want it ever since. And just kind of got to prioritize. My time has been consumed by fixing, you know, replacing light fixtures, just a lot of stupid stuff, fixing doors, tedious stuff that there's already a million videos on. Got a few things coming up though. As soon as I get some snow, I'm going to do the update on the Yokohama Geolander tires that I did before. What else? I bought a new tractor for this big yard because I only had a small yard before. I only push mowed it, so I needed a new tractor. I went with the Cub Cadet XT1. I'm going to use that tractor for a little while and come up with a review on that. Oh boy, I guess it could have been worse. Merry Christmas to me. Just what I wanted was a septic system fix for $5,000. I should do a segment called The Joys of Home Ownership.